Hey everyone, welcome back to On Location Edmonton. I'm here in Edmonton about to check out Suspended Studio. These episodes are brought to you by StoryHive and funded through TELUS, so let's go check it out. Okay, so we can start with you just telling us your name and a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Leah Kudel. I am the owner and lead glassblower of Suspended Studio here in Edmonton. A bit about myself. I've been blowing glass for about 16 years now. I started my studio just after I was on the Netflix show Blown Away. So we've been open for about 4 years now. Yeah, and I love it. It's great.
How did you get into blowing glass?
Oh, I just took a week summer course. So they used to have summer courses at Red Deer College. Sadly, they don't have the studio anymore. But I just took a week and became obsessed. And then I went on to do a degree at the art school in Calgary, or what is it called now? It used to be called ACAD, now it's called AU Arts, and majored in glass, of all things.
You also have a very diverse background when it comes to places you've studied and places you've worked in studios. Can you talk about some of your favorite maybe experiences working or studying abroad?
Yeah, I got to do a residency in Murano in 2019, so just before COVID, and that was unreal. Yeah, it's really special to learn glass blowing in an environment that has such like a historical, just history of glass. Like, and just being on the island and kind of being a part of like the glass blower culture. Yeah, it was great. It was really cool.
For people who have never like witnessed glass blowing before, I mean, they will when they watch this video, but how would you explain the process or experience of actually like doing the work?
Oh, so essentially we're melting glass. So it's like this molten pot of lava. It's actually hotter than lava. Lava's a little bit too cold to blow glass.
Oh my gosh.
Fun fact. Yeah, so we have the ceramic pot full of molten glass, and then we twirl the glass on the end of a rod. It's kind of like, it's almost like you're twirling honey on the end of a stick. And then we'll layer it and we'll blow it out. And we're using gravity and physics to kind of shape it and control the heat.
Do you have any advice for glass blowers who are just starting out, or maybe something that really helped you when you were first beginning your career?
Practice a lot, and practice a lot in clear. Nobody wants to blow glass in clear. Everybody wants to blow with color. But if you blow a lot of glass in clear, you can get really nice forms, and you can just really practice getting really good shapes.
For Suspended Studios, how did you come up with the name for your studio?
Oh, so Suspended Studio, the name comes from, you know when you're looking at something beautiful and everything kind of just stops for a second and it like suspends? So it's kind of that moment where you're just like, it's like that breath, like when you see something that's really cool.
Oh, I love that.
That's where Suspended Studio came from.
And since opening the studio, has there been maybe a project in particular that has been your favorite to work on?
Oh, I've done so many. The one that makes me laugh so much, I had a client who wanted me to make a McDonald's sign, and then he wanted the logo for, those like fish crackers. It's like this funny inside joke, which I obviously was not privy to, but it was really funny to make in glass.
That's so funny. Yeah. I wonder if it went in his kitchen or where. I'm curious.
No idea. It was pretty funny.
And for people who may not know, you have a wide variety of things you offer at the studio. Are you able to kind of speak to that?
Yeah, so we do a lot of things. One of the main things I do is that I do a lot of custom work. And so if you want cups of a certain color and a certain size and you want a set of them, we'll make those, or vases or wedding gifts, all kind of custom work. Lighting, do a bunch of different lighting for people, which is really fun. I also do memorials. So we'll embed ashes into the glass and then turn them into these really beautiful keepsakes for people, which is really special. And then we also do some classes. Classes are really fun. They fill up really quickly. But yeah, so we kind of do a whole bunch.
For your classes, are they catered towards a specific level of?
No, the way I like to do them is all the classes are private lessons, and it's age 7 to 107.
Aww.
Yeah, I once did like a 92-year-old's birthday, and it was really fun. But yeah, so you kind of get to tailor how much you want to come, and the people who come more often will obviously like progress further, and I kind of just tailor the curriculum to what people want to learn. Some people want to come and just play with the glass, and they obviously know you're helping them a lot, and they just want to make cool things. Other people really want to learn technique, so we'll focus more on technique, so they can do all the things themselves, and they can get the glass and kind of do all of that. So it really just depends what people want to learn. But everything starts with like basic pieces. Like we have 8 or 9 beginner projects people can work on.
For the classes, as well as, you're often in the shop blowing glass, do you have a preference of where you like to be?
Oh, I like to blow glass. I like to make glass. I'm a really good teacher, but like I'm like a true artist. I think that's why I like custom work so much, because I love figuring out the puzzle of people's crazy ideas. Like that for me is probably the most fun. When somebody's like, oh, I want this thing. I had a guy once come, one of my awesome clients, he wanted an insert for this vintage dragon ashtray. So it's like a dragon that goes over an ashtray. And he wanted a dragon eye insert to fit into the ashtray. And like, I don't know, stuff like that is so much fun. I love it. It's great.
That's so cool, because no two pieces, would ever be the same. Like you're not making the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Always challenging yourself creatively in that respect, would you say?
And it challenges me creatively and skill-wise. Because you have to like really think about like, okay, like making a dragon's eye, how do I actually make this look how it should look? Yeah, like the puzzle for me, that part's so fun.
Is there a project you can think of that you think would be like the most challenging yet rewarding, like a project you're aspiring to create one day?
Oh, one thing I've always wanted to make, I just haven't quite got there. It's like mixing glass and tech. So I have this idea where I want to, I've already kind of done iterations of it. I just haven't totally hashed it out. But I want to create cups that will sync with a person's compatibility. So almost like dating cups. Whoa. So you go to a party with these cups, and when you they have proximity sensors, and when you go close to somebody, they'll change colors according to how compatible you are with them.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for when you figure out how to do that.
That's probably my best idea. It's just the tech part is probably the hardest, trying to figure that part out.
No, totally.
Yeah, like the glass, I can piece that out. It's just finding the right people. Yeah, so if there's anybody out there who knows how to do that, come call me.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
In regards to the plethora, I would say, of work that you do here, owning the studio, actually blowing the glass, teaching. Yeah. What is the most challenging aspect of all of it?
Oh, probably the admin. I'm getting better at it. It's just, there's a level when you're a creative person, you either have to hire people who are very good at admin, which I try to do, but creative people tend to gravitate to GlassBlowing studios. Just trying to stay organized.
And on the opposite end of that, what's the best part or easiest, most rewarding, that kind of part of the work that you do?
Getting to blow glass with my staff. I love it. I get to hire such cool people, and it's awesome to go to work and spend time with such great people. I love it. Yeah.
As I was watching the three of you work, it's interesting to me because I have a dance background. So a lot of the movements that you were making, it almost felt like kind of choreography in how you have to be in a spot at a time. And it's obviously very time sensitive because you're working with very hot glass here. Can you talk a bit about how that kind of plays into
Yeah, so it's kind of like the ergonomics of space a little bit. The more you work with people, and the more you kind of work as a team, you like learn where people move and how people move. So the person at the bench's name is called the gaffer. And the assistants, they're essentially trying to help the gaffer to create what we're all creating as a team, right? So the gaffer is kind of telling people what they need to do and where they need to be. And then everybody's trying to move in the most efficient way, right? Because it's partly glass, it heats up and cools down so quick, especially cooling down, it cools down really quick. So you only have so many seconds to shape the glass. So the more efficient you can be with your body movements, the better it is.
And you told me off camera, but can you say again how hot that
Oh yeah, so the furnace, it's called a glory hole. It runs at 1120 Celsius.
Oh my gosh, so that's crazy. And you're just casually, having the very large stick.
I mean, it literally feels like you're standing in front of the sun. It's really hot, but there's a level you do get used to it.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Did it take some getting used to of at first it's shorter sessions in front of the glory hole before developing
Yeah. I've done it for 16 years now. So there's a level where you've temporized more to the heat, and you also know how to give yourself less heat exposure. Mm-hmm. So there's ways you can get your assistants to take more heat, the ways that you can stand to get a little bit less heat exposure. It's always funny whenever I take a couple week vacation and then I come back and I'm like, everything feels so hot. It's you lose it a little bit. Takes a few days and you're like, okay, this feels normal.
As for the piece that you were working on camera, it looked pretty orange and purple, I would say.
Yeah.
But then you showed me the cooled glass, and it was a bright yellow.
Yeah. I'll just grab a cup.
Totally, yeah.
It's actually these colors. So it's this hot pink color and then this bright yellow. So when it's hot, it looks all orange, and the pink looks like a dark orangey purple. But yeah, this is what it'll actually look like.
Is that ever trippy when you're working with it, knowing that it's kind of going to look completely different? Do you have to imagine?
Yeah, you have to do a lot of color samples just to make sure, especially when you're going to start doing bigger things, just to kind of make sure you know what the colors are going to look like together. Because it's very easy to think they're going to look good and then they change. And you're like, oh, that looks so bad. Yeah, so I do lots of little I'll make just little kind of pucks with different color on it just to make sure things are going to look good together.
And I know you have glass to get back to, so I'll just ask you one last question.
Yeah.
What would you say, it doesn't have to be specific to glass blowing or the arts or anything like that, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Oh, in life in general?
Yes.
Probably two. There's the glass blowing one is one of my first teachers. I was on my fifth day of glass blowing, and I wanted to make this big vase. And he was like, yeah, you can make whatever you want, just don't get scared. So I think about it, I'm like, okay, just don't get scared. I'm like, you can pretty much do anything in life. Just calm your heart rate and try not to get scared, let yourself get scared, I guess. The biggest life one, I think, is probably from my dad. He always says, you have to be a good friend if you want to have good friends.
Aww.
And I always feel that's really special, especially when you're running a studio and you're running a team and you're working in an art form that involves people. That I find is just invaluable advice.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also, Bridget, feel free to ask if you have any questions. Also, Bridget, if you need me to kind of slow strip gather.
Bottom quality looks nice.
I might need those.
Okay.
Yeah, the glass section looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Just have to remember to get this. Rita, you can pick up the hop. Pink.
Okay, perfect.
And Kathy will get some gold.
Of course.
Okay, 1 second. All right, Kathy on. Off. Off. Just magic man.
Perfect.
Just gonna cut this up.
You know?
Kathy, can you heat my jacks and wax them, please? Just let me know.
Okay, I'm gonna get it into that nice, a little bit more for you.
Honestly, just get a nice touch. Just get a crazy trails.
Okay, so I'll just kind of take her, not perfect. Okay, sweet. Okay, cool.
Just these three ones.
Okay,
I guess it's good practice to get these two.
yeah, it is, right? It looks nicer to receive and everything. Yeah.
You learn how to trail on?
Crazy trail.
Crazy trails. This yellow is called, pink is called narcissus.
Oh, okay.
Or something in German that sounds.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll get this nice and toasty for you.
Please do.
45.
Yeah.
Ready to bring it over?
Just gonna put it right where you're standing.
Nice.
Recovery, wow. We almost got it.
Nice.
Few more hits, few more hits.
That's fantastic. I was basically agree. Absolutely.
Diamonds back here.
Yeah. I
I know
got
they
you.
say you're as good as you can fix things.
Yeah. That is insane.
I'm totally down with that. There's some truth to that.
Stretch it out, melt it in, cut it off. Like,
The more you can fix things, the more possible.
for real. Nice.
Okay.
The shield? Yeah. Sorry.
Just do that one more time.
Cool. Probably need doors and
It's very cool.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I just finished up at Suspended Studio, and oh my goodness, I have never witnessed glass blowing before, but that was the coolest thing of my entire life, and OMG was it ever hot. I was in this jacket and I should not have been. 10 out of 10 recommend if you're ever gonna go glass blowing, go watch glass blowing, just for the occasion, because I did not in my giant jacket. I could have taken it off, but I was holding the camera. I was in the moment, okay? So I couldn't. But I digress. It was super cool. Leah and everyone that we met. It's just me today. The gang isn't here, everyone. I'm sorry. Everyone that I met was super sweet and so passionate. Leah has so many great stories to tell about glass blowing and is so, like, obviously educated on the subject and like knows everything there is to know. I was blown away by the color difference between like when they're actually blowing the glass versus when it cools. Obviously it'd be two different colors. I don't know why I thought like extreme heat wouldn't affect the color, but it was insane. And also just knowing that it's like insanely hot in their like glory hole, crazy. So Suspended Studio here in Edmonton, if you are interested in taking classes, 10 out of 10 recommend. Or if you're passing through the area and want to get a custom piece, get a memorial, or just pick something up, you can always visit them in studio. So be sure to check it out.
Hey, it's the Bird Bound Besties here.
Do you want to be a guest on our show?
If you have a story that's worth sharing with the community, feel free to scan the QR code at the end of this video to be a guest on our show or one of the other amazing On Location shows that are available within Alberta and BC. So if you want to be a guest, scan the QR code.